Good evening. I'm honored and privileged to stand here to talk about Coach Ryan. I didn't bring any notes, I didn't write any speech, because this is what I do. When I talk about Coach Ryan, you have to understand that this gentleman that you're looking at today, that's before you, was a little boy that society said that would never amount up to be anything. This little boy that you're looking at today lost his mother at the age of 15, was diagnosed with a learning disability, was told was not college material. This little boy that you're looking at today, who has matriculated into a man, is here only because of great people. And there was an old saying that says, it takes a village to raise a child. Now you got to understand my story, because I come from a place of struggle that was beyond none other. You talking about days where I didn't have food, lost my mother at the age of 15, the absence of a father. And so when I met Coach Ryan, my 8th grade year, when he used to come to Miami Springs to help out with the middle school wrestling team, it was at first sight I fell in love with Coach, because he had the heart of a father. And I was missing that. I didn't have that in my life. And so as I went to high school, I was a football player, and Coach Saunders coached me as well. And so I was thinking I didn't want to wrestle, but I stayed at school, because I knew if I stayed at school, I was going to get some food. Coach was going to take me home, and on the way home in that hot van, he would stop by and pick up some food before he dropped me off in the inner city of Liberty City. And so I stand here to say, Coach, that you are my hero, because there were times where we had conversations long after I left Miami Springs and I had graduated with a special diploma. And if you know anything about a special diploma, you know a special diploma, you can't get into any university. And so this little ESC kid, 160 pounds, a long time ago, stands at the hopes of getting in college. No money, no formal education, because I didn't pass the HECT, none of that. And the one thing Coach told me, he said, you have to fight for everything you want. And I remember, because I used to wake up and I used to go to practice, and Coach always said, you got to give it more, you got to give it more. And I could never understand what he was saying. And I remember losing in state. And what that did, that burst something out of me, because what Coach told me was this. He said, in life, sometimes you don't get second chances. And what I'm trying to get you to understand is that in state, I didn't get a second chance. But what Coach instilled in me was that if you give it everything you have, if you work hard every single day, you can be successful. And that's what I did. After I lost state, people told me I wouldn't be able to go to college. I wouldn't pass the GED. I wouldn't do any of these things. And guess what? Those words that Coach Ryan rung in my head by saying, sometimes it takes the extra work, the extra sprint, the extra push-up. And believe it or not, when I went to Tallahassee from Miami with no family, lost my mother, no family support, no father, those words stuck with me. And I remember working 2 jobs at Wendy's and Sodexo, sweeping the floors, trying to prepare for this GED test so I can walk on to FAMU's football team. Those words that Coach Ryan rung to me said, never give up, always work hard. And those were the words that stuck with me. And I stand here today to tell you that I passed that GED. I walked on to FAMU football team and earned a scholarship. I wrestled at FAMU, all because of those words that Coach Ryan spoke to me. And so, Coach, if you didn't know, you are my hero. I started my own business because of what you instilled in me to say, keep working hard and never give up. And so after 20 years later, you still remain in my life. And I'm so grateful and I'm so humble for you. And you are the coach that we need, and everybody should want to be like you. Thank you for sending me to Ohio. Thank you for sending me the first time ever out of the Liberty City. It was you, Coach, that put me on the plane and sent me away. Thank you so much, Coach.